Hello, folks. I'm Roger, and I'm going to read to you why all those planet clusters in the arm of Virgo there is referred to as the arm of Nuit. And it's plainly written in the stars, as I'll show you. You got to understand these stars and constellation names have been around longer than civilizations, societies. Has all fallen, but these stars has all maintained their names and their meanings and legends behind them. But I'll be using a little program called Say It Backwards. Everything to prove my point. And we're going to be reading from Virgo, Botes, Canis Vernetici up here, Como Berenice, and Leo. And the stars within these constellations, there's a couple of stars. Some only have one I'm going to read from. But and then you'll notice that I've got the date up here of when it's taking place, which actually going to start from the 4th, which is the last day of the waning moon. On the 5th, you won't, the moon's black, dark, and you can't see it. 6th is the dark moon, day of the dark moon. 7th is just a day before, and then it's the 8th that you'll see the first fingernail clipping of the new moon. And it's quite significant because of the date 2040, and then Virgo, which, as you can see, falls in September here. But as you see up here, the sun is actually still in Leo. It's actually at the foot of Leo. And this would represent the leaping lion whelp, the tribe of Dan, and then right here, wise as a serpent. Let me see if I can get that right there. Sorry for my camera. I'm having to use my phone. It's been a pain to get this video. Been trying for 2 or 3 days to put a video together, but nothing just seems to work. Let's go ahead and now I've told folks, and I've showed in my other video, where Virgo in September is her mistress, boy, girl. Her mistress, boy, girl. Virgo, September. And that's Virgo, September. Virgo, September. And now, Leo is way, and the other in August is sea god. Way, sea god. August, yeah. Okay, now we're gonna move to some stars. Okay, now it's real significant. As I mentioned, I'm going to show you what, or maybe that the arm right there is the arm of Nuit. Virgo is recognized just about every mother goddess there is in mythology and everything. And these are the 7 luminaries, the 7 sleepers, and everything. But the 7 sleepers are going to deal with right up here, the bear, particularly this star right here. But that's a different story. All these stars, they all talk. Even the word constellation is telling you to share its knock. To share its knock. To share its knock. To share its knock. Constellation. 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 Yeah. It's a little difficult sometimes to say these words, but with practice you can say them. I haven't said constellation in a while. Let me show you what it says. Constellation. 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 Now listen real close to what it's saying. It's saying that it's wanting to share a knock. A knock is, announcement of a guest. The arrival of a guest. Let's knock. Let's knock. Oh, let's share its knock. See, let's share its knock. Let's share its knock. Let's share its knock. Constellation. It's close, you see. But these are, echoes coming from a long time ago. That's why I call them echoes. And, it just happens to be the Irish word for echo is maqet. And that's the way I say my name, maqet. Which I say it's a welcome. May not have spelt it correctly. I never did learn how to spell past 3rd, 4th grade, but that's another story. Let's see. Welcome. Welcome. And that's Irish for echo. We call these echoes from the past. Okay, now Botes is recognized as the father of Virgo here, and these are the hounds. There's several stories for coming relating to Botes there. He's the one that's marching the bears. He's a shepherd or a herder. This right here is real significant. They use on him, but he's actually spinning around, the pole, northern pole, as walking around with it and everything, and there's several. He's just watching. There's several ways. There's 2 ways. Botes. I used to pronounce it booties, but booties is unique. Sees good. Sees good. He's being the father figure. Take from that what you want, though. But here's Arcturus. Now, Arcturus is giving a warning, and I'll show you why Botes, Canis Vernetici up there is his dogs. They're the ones who came and warned in the mythology of when Botes is recognized as a giving wine to the shepherd, and their brother saw the effects of wine on the shepherds for the first time and thought he had poisoned them, and they ended up killing him. But when the brothers, woke up in the morning, they had the best time of their life, and they wanted to congratulate, thank this master who, provided them with that wine, for the first time, and didn't know that their brothers had killed him and buried him. And just, little story, but it was his hounds that, retrieved his daughter, who come back and found him. She ends up hanging herself in the tree. It's all part of mythology, and part of when she leaves, she's Aragonia. and her sister Justice. When she leaves, there's a lot of chaos. They say when she leaves, because she's disgusted with the Iron Age man and everything. The Bronze Age, seeing the downfall and everything, and leaves. And this may be when we experienced a lot of dark ages back then, a period where societies just collapsed. All these different societies collapsed. Didn't pick up for about another 700 years. But we're just now starting, through archaeology, starting to recognize all this. But here, let's go ahead and look at another one here. Octurius. Say earth drop. Say earth drop. Like I said, it's a warning. Octurius. Octurius. That's Octurius. Now I'm going to provide links where you can go and check the pronunciations of these constellations and stars in this section. Now, Canis Vernetici, very big warning there. Now, its star right here, Corcoroli. Corcoroli. Very unique, and I find it very similar to Ragnarok. A Ragnarok rock, or I don't even know if I'm saying it right, but I notice I hear Corcoroli when I say Ragnarok. You're a Ragnarok. You're a Ragnarok. See, it's saying Caroli in there, but I find it's you're a rock. Throw. Okay, and it's because of Canis Vernetici. God said, end earth, send it. God said, end earth, send it. Now, if that ain't a warning for you folks, now I'm going to show you Virgo. And I'm going to show you something unique about that date. Get off is new. Get off is new. That's 2040 if you can hear it. Listen. 2040. 2040. Now I'm going to show you this star right here. Vendemiatrix. Now notice all the planets are in this arm. And the one Spica there, that's the one that holds the sheaf of corn. She's known as the pharaoh or pharaoh, plowing a field, seeding it. Where her sister Andromeda would be the plow. One plows, one lays the rows for seed. And they set on the opposite ends of the horizon. But we'll go into that maybe in a different story. I don't know how much time I have on YouTube. But let's go ahead and I'll show you Vendemiatrix. Scare Earth, my Arma Newt. Scare Earth, my Arma Newt. Scare Earth, my Arma Newt. Notice, Newt, the Egyptian goddess. Okay, you get it? Vendemiatrix. Scare Earth. My Arma Newt. My Arma Newt. Get off, it's Nuit. Scare Earth, my armor Nuit. Okay, now I'm going to show you another little secret. The swastika is identified with that star right down there by her foot. That's Campbellia. And see, right through here is the would be our equator. Let's see. Oh no, wrong one. There we go. This one. See, it comes right through here, and this is the 0 degree of the galactic equator, where you see they're right there below the galactic equator. Let me turn this off. Okay, now I'm going to read this star, Speca, Campbellia, Speca, but I'm going to use September because the month she mostly Virgo falls in. Denebola and Regulus. And then we're Leo in August. And they tell a little story. Her mistress, how you lead me. I cups, way I open it. So they go, see God. Did you hear that story? Kind of goes along with that little Ragnarok and with Thor and all that, where they escaped right at the end when she comes, because that her and that dog play a good role, because you'll notice there's a lot of dogs in mythology. So it's about all sons recognize. Here, let me do Dan Bola again. I'm on my camera. This phone here. Let me get my app going again. It closed down on me. Danabola. Her mistress. Her mistress. Way you lead me. I cups. Way. I'll open it. So they go. See God. May have done it the same way. I think I'm saying Danabola wrong. Way you lead me. Campbellia. How you lead me. See, Campbellia. And it's telling you, and Campbellia is where your swastika, it means a mystery, a secret. And they're telling you. And then eye cups. And, well, that's another story that Might be a little hard for you to believe, but and then lions here, they actually communicate with their tails when they're hunting and everything, and they move their tails around and communicate with the other lionesses in in their pride with their ears and everything. That when they communicate silently, which you notice these are all hair right here. Now I told you Canis verneticide. God said in earth, send it. Well, Canis vernet or Como berenice here. That's an interesting one too. Its main star is Diadema. Dia means God in the Irish language, and that's the alpha star. Oh wait, I'm sorry. It's this one right there. It's supposed to be that one right there. I thought. Is it over here? Yeah, they're all fainting in this one here. Beta is actually the brightest star, I believe they say. But there's a unique story that's associated with this, that the wife of Ptolemy III, cut off all of her hair in order for Ptolemy to come back from his campaign against a powerful foe and everything. And she cut off all of her hair, which was admired by Ptolemy and everyone as being, a gift from the gods of his beauty and everything. And in order to make everything, bring him back safely, she offered it to Venus and left it on her altar, the altar of Venus. And Ptolemy had a magnificent, victory over it. And this is where Nike and everything, victorious, where her name comes from. Nike, Beniki, Bear Beniki, and Nike. Coma is, they like to associate with a comet and everything, and the hair that comes off a comet. But it's sort of a wordplay too, because deep sleep is a coma and everything, which is going to be associated with the seven sleepers. As you see, they're chasing that bear right there, which is associated with the seven sleepers. But Coma Berenices was placed up in the stars and everything. They say by the goddess and everything, who accepted it as the offering and everything. And when Ptolemy came back and discovered it was missing from the altar, he wanted to kill all the guards and priests that was protecting it because it was missing. But a priest there by the name of Conan, which in Irish is lover of dogs, or honor the dog, the dog or the hound, which is another story. But he come in and told Ptolemy that he knew right where it was taken, and he'd come back at night, he'd show him where it went, and pointing to this constellation right here. And I use this one just to kind of confirm that these are truthful, because here is the story that tells how that constellation was placed up there is actually the name. She seen her hair come up. She seen her hair come up. Oh, my phone cut it off. Let me do it. She seen her hair come up. She seen her hair come up. She seen her hair come up. You notice I'm saying she seen her hair come up, and that's the story in this legend, that her hair was taken up. And quite possible the priests were female too back then in ancient times, because I'm leaning towards there's a lot of stolen theft of the female goddess and everything, and the woman's place in society. But like I said, this is where the story of Revelation, Armageddon, Ragnarok, or Rock, or whatever, is like I told you, it's coming from right there. It's going to cause a lot of problems at this time because of all the planets. Evidence shows that Jupiter moves into the asteroid belt at times, and even as far as where Mars is at. So it probably explains what, no planet can maintain that little space there because of Jupiter's movement in and out. And which, it's going to cause a lot when it does enter that asteroid belt. It will cause a lot of asteroids being cast into the inner planets and everything, which probably get a lot of these stories. Probably still evidence of them flying around. There's evidence of this happening before, and because Jupiter, another female, her the beast. Her the beast. She's been whacking those damn asteroids into us. Okay, well, I'm going to end it right here. I got things I got to do. I'm sorry it takes me a while to put these videos out and everything. It's just a little difficult. A lot of people don't believe me and everything. But I learned mythology by this, actually. The more actually kind of studying my name and everything. But maybe I'll get around showing you my name, which is quite unique. I got named by my father, then got named by my mother, which she kept my name secret, didn't tell anybody what she wrote on the birth certificate. So before I went to school, I was called by another name. Everybody wrote down my name, Waylon Wynn, which means handsome son of the wolf, not a wolf. But my mother named me Llewellyn, which she was trying to do Llewellyn, the lion ruler. She, in her hurry to do it before my dad, she misspelled it, but yeah. And her name is her family name is Cups. That's why I say I Cups. It's like a star I was born under, because I was born under September 6th. I was born under I was conceived under my mother's birth sign, which is over there in Sagittarius, well, actually off Beulcus, which is sacred ether. It's the reason that I'm going to tell the story about all what they talk about, the Nephilim and everything. These are the 7 luminaries they're talking about in their 3,535-year cycle that they travel in, causing change and everything, and whole worldwide change comes with a lot of chaos, natural disasters. But, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Hopefully you enjoy this. Share this all you like. My purpose is just to read these stars in an echo, like my name implies. You folks have a wonderful day.